So today I want to talk to you about perfectionism and being a perfectionist. Uh, I read something really interesting in this book, and I thought I'd share it with you. So it says, "Is the perfectionist writer or painter writes, paints, creates with one eye on her audience instead of enjoying the process. The perfectionist is constantly grading the results." I definitely have this, and I think that for the most part it doesn't serve me. A lot of times, sure, it makes me try harder on my projects and try to make it as beautiful as possible, but for the most part it hinders me. It really stops me from creating work. And um, I have this book, yes, to help me with overcoming some of these things. And today, as I was writing in my pages, I wrote and implemented some of the steps that Anthony Robbins uses to break a pattern, to break a habit that you don't like. And I wanted to share the steps with you. I won't go into the details of what I wanted to do, but I just wanted to share the steps. The first one is identify what it is that you want to change. So, for example, being a perfectionist. Um, not for me, doing work without seeking approval, without the need for approval. So that's the first step. Second step, determine why. Really, this means answering these questions. What will happen if I change this? What would my life really look like? So, financially, how will it affect it? In my relationships, how will it affect it? Um, Physically, how will it affect it? So, I can tell you that in relationships, I know that not being a perfectionist will help you have less resentments because a lot of times you don't get the feedback that you want, or I personally don't. Get what I want from other people, what I want them to say about my work. So mm, basically, removing this need will make me love my friends, family, everybody, my relationship with everybody makes me love them more because I don't care if they are giving me praise and approval. Um, so makes my relationships better. Um, and health wise, I think that when you're a perfectionist, most of the time you're stressed out. Uh, what's going to happen is it's going to come out great. Are people going to like it? Is it going to sell? Is it going to be high in demand? So you're constantly stressed out, and stress, we all know, really affects our health. So you get older faster, you get gray hair, and you can get all kinds of diseases. So definitely will impact me physically. And financially, I think it will really, I, I will have the ability to go forward with projects, go all the way and see what they will turn out. Whereas normally when you are starting a new project, when you're starting a new way of life, you might get a lot of negative feedback from other people who are trying to help you, who are worried about you. So you might get all these negative feedback, and it will stop you from, or me, from moving forward with the projects. So I think that not being a perfectionist will help me continue it despite how the results might come out, and will really, I will be able to see it through all the way. And for the most part, you'll get the results that you want, or at least learn something from it. Also, the most important thing, I think, when you are not seeking approval or worried, when you don't have one eye on your audience, then you really, truly enjoy the process. So if you make art or do whatever, if you're at your job or if you're cooking, whatever it is that you like to do, and you are fully in that moment and you're fully enjoying the process and you're not worried about the results, then either way, you're a winner. I mean, who cares if you don't achieve the perfect results that you wanted? You ended up enjoying yourself along the way anyway. So, okay, so once you figure out all this stuff and you really built this picture for yourself, then what you want to do is you want to stop your old pattern. So, let's say normally you'll go, I would make something in school. Those of you who know me from school know that whenever I would make something, I would usually go around and ask people, "Oh, do you like it? What do you think? What do you think? Do you like it?" And so that was a pattern that I had because I had to feed that need for approval, right? So how can I break that pattern? Is by literally at that moment that this urge to go and ask for approval comes up, do something else. I don't know, start dancing. Go read a book, you know, something that is within your values, of course, and is not going to affect you in a negative way. Then, next step is to replace this pattern. So now you have gotten rid of this pattern, but there was some enjoyment that you got from this old pattern. And when I got an appraisal and I got it approved, then it was a good feeling. So now I need something else to replace this feeling. A lot of times it's just that joy that you will get from completely being lost in your own work. That is already a new pattern. But if not, then you can create something else for yourself that will give you that. So, for example, I can write a little note for myself and say, "Good job." You know, it sounds silly, but why not reward yourself? Why not praise yourself? And so now I can be that approval that I need, my own mind and thoughts. So, the last, oh, well, it's not the last, but sort of. Uh, the fifth step is to reinforce it. So it kind of goes the same with the pattern, is that you um, basically reward yourself whenever you do something good. And it doesn't have to be that you go and buy yourself something, but you do kind of take care of yourself, which is also another thing that the Artist Way really talks about, is giving yourself small luxuries. Like, let's say you really love raspberries, but you always go to the store and it's, I don't know, seems too expensive, so you don't buy it. But give yourself, it's like $3, you know, just give yourself that pleasure, the small pleasures of life, basically, and reward yourself in that way. And the sixth one is to test it. And you don't really, trust me, you do not need to do this to yourself, because a lot of people will test your limits and they will do this for you. So basically what it means is that see if under a particular circumstance, if you're going to behave the same way as before. So if you do, you need to kind of revisit the last 5 steps. It's really helped me in overcoming some other things that I've wanted to in my life, and I hope that it does in this one. I am determined. So I hope that it helps you in whatever it is that you want to do or overcome. Until next time.